Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. Although Kuminga wants to leave the Warriors, franchise owner Joe Lacob has already announced his intention to re-sign him. Joe Lacob believes Kuminga has the potential to be a star for the Warriors. Warriors owner Joe Lacob reportedly told Jonathan Kuminga that he wishes for the forward to remain with the Warriors for a long time, drawing some heated reactions from the fan base. The Golden State Warriors have been embroiled in a tumultuous offseason saga involving their young forward, Jonathan Kuminga. Amid problematic contract negotiations, Kuminga has stated that he does not want to return next season. However, Warriors owner Joe Lacob reportedly feels otherwise. According to ESPN's Ramona Shelburne, Lacob told Kuminga that he wished to see the forward be a part of the Warriors organization for a long time. She said, "I do think the Warriors see him, Kuminga, as somebody who's, if he wants to call it, a building block. I don't know if I would call it that, but somebody they want around for a long time, because they have 35-year-olds on their team." I know the owner, Joe Lacob, has told him this. He loves Jonathan Kuminga. He is the reason that they've never included him in trades, because they see the potential in him. While this would be a positive sign under any other circumstances, the Warriors haven't necessarily had the best line of communication with the forward, leading to growing frustration on both sides. With the decision involving the 22-year-old having a direct impact on Golden State's offseason moves, Warriors fans were particularly annoyed with this report. As some fans took to social media to share their reactions, we took a look at some of them on X. "Weird given all the offseason drama," said one confused fan. "This ***T is so messy, dog, oh my god," added another. One user addressed the situation by joking, "Not based on the offered contract." Another responded, "Show him the money then." "Trying to butter him up with compliments instead of actually paying him," added another fan. "Do something, not only say something," stated another annoyed fan. "God, Lacob has been awful since he got rid of Jerry West," claimed one user. One user acknowledged how problematic the situation had become and said, "This ***T is so toxic, I love it." One fan pointed out Kuminga's position in the rotation and criticized the decision by saying, "As the ninth man." #release Lacob, stated one user. While some X-users were enjoying the chaos, it was clear that the consensus went against Lacob's decision. Given how convoluted and troublesome the matter has become, it is difficult to see the merit in retaining Kuminga. The 22-year-old forward had expressed his interest in being traded, even drawing interest from teams such as the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. Unfortunately, the trade packages weren't viewed favorably by the Warriors, effectively negating any further discussions. Considering the offers he has received from other teams, the forward is understandably underwhelmed by the deal the Warriors are presenting to him. Given his dissatisfaction and certain desire to leave the franchise, it seems more likely that he will opt to take the $7.9 million qualifying offer to play out the season and leave next summer. Warriors' confidence level in signing 5x NBA All-Star, report. The Golden State Warriors have had as busy an NBA offseason as possible for a team that has yet to add a player through free agency or trade. The Warriors, despite being the only team in the NBA that has yet to make a free agency signing or trade addition, have constantly been involved in the league's top rumors. Of course, Golden State's unique situation with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga has drawn plenty of attention to the franchise, but it is also about what moves are being held up by that situation. State Valkyrie's top plays versus Phoenix Mercury. Warriors' expected moves. Once the Warriors get their situation with Kuminga figured out, whether that means finding a sign-and-trade, reaching a new contract, or signing the qualifying offer, the franchise is expected to have more roster moves in store. The Warriors have been linked to veteran free agents like Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Seth Curry, and Gary Payton too, but they are waiting to resolve their situation with Kuminga. Despite the lack of moves thus far, the Warriors will still have a new-look roster heading into the 2025-26 season. It is all just a matter of when these changes will happen. Al Horford's situation. There have been recent rumors about Horford to the Warriors being a done deal, and while those might not be true, it seems very likely that he will be in Golden State for the 2025-26 season. NBA insider Jake Fisher recently reported on Golden State's confidence level to sign Horford after their Kuminga situation is wrapped up. "I can tell you that the Warriors still remain very confident that Al Horford is waiting for whatever finality will come to Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency with Golden State," Fisher said. "All these veterans have been patient and in full communication, to my understanding, with the Warriors front office that they would be amenable to finding some type of agreement once the Kuminga situation is resolved." Horford, 39, is a reliable veteran big man who the Warriors actually need to help out with their frontcourt. The 5-time All-Star and 18-year NBA veteran was still able to play a huge role in the Boston Celtics' quest for a 2024 championship, and the Warriors are certainly hoping that he can make a similar impact for them next season. Steph Curry says quiet part out loud about motivation with Warriors. Steph Curry needs no added motivation. Or, more accurately, can't quite harness it. "I would think that there's not enough external motivators to bring the drive that I need to do what I do," the Golden State Warriors star told NBC Sports Bay Area recently. "It all comes from just a drive and a spirit and a wisdom of knowing what I need to do to prepare my body and challenge myself. The latter has never been difficult for him. It's the process that you commit to," Curry said. "It sounds so boring and dull, but it is the only way you get to where you want to go. And I think I'm old enough and wise enough now to stay on that journey of just being in the moment." Last season, Curry finished his 16th season in Golden State averaging 24.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 6 assists on 45% shooting from the field and 40% from three-point range. The Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler III at February's NBA trade deadline before making a strong push toward the top of the Western Conference. After a successful upset over the number 2-seeded Houston Rockets, Curry suffered a hamstring strain that sidelined him for the entirety of the Warriors' second-round series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. "He still worked just as hard. It's funny," Curry said. "It's my job, right? It's what I get to do, and the work that I put into it, whether you see it on social media or not, it's all a part of the process." Curry, Warriors chasing 5th title. Despite injury struggles in the postseason, Curry feels ready for another season with the Warriors as he continues to chase his 5th NBA championship. With Butler as a running mate, he likes his odds. "Last year, we were chasing a little towards the end of the year to try and get out of the play-in," Curry said. "Then from there, we gave it a great run in the playoffs, just didn't work out." For the Warriors, leaning on Curry has historically gone well. "Next year, that won't change. We're just trying to be in a position where we're somewhere in the top of the Western Conference," Curry said, "and not have to be on the gas pedal all the way down the stretch. Hopefully we're all healthy come April." Jonathan Kuminga is making Warriors pay for self-created problem. Jonathan Kuminga may soon get the last laugh. The second month of NBA free agency is nearly over, and the Golden State Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga still appear far apart on a resolution. Kuminga wants a big new contract, while the Warriors have held firm on a 2-year deal worth $45. That would make it an easy contract for them to trade. That is significantly more than the $7.9 million qualifying offer that he may opt to take, but he may instead prefer to hit free agency next summer and pick his next team. Him picking his next team appears to be key to Kuminga's contract demands. According to the San Francisco Chronicle's Ron Koichik, Kuminga believes he is an all-star caliber player but hasn't had the opportunity to prove it. That's likely delusional even if there's some truth to it. He is yet to have a consistent role in the NBA, with Warriors coach Steve Kerr obviously not a fan of Kuminga's game. If he were to come back next season, that likely wouldn't change, with his role being similar to what it was last season. Jonathan Kuminga must leave the Warriors to reach his full potential. Without a larger role, it's difficult to prove what he can actually do without a runway to expand his game. That would probably lead to only increased frustration, but that may be the most likely outcome with Golden State not entertaining trade talks, shutting down the option of him starting next season elsewhere. Then again, Kuminga will have all the motivation in the world to play well next season for Golden State, whether on a one-year deal or two-year contract. That would be great for the Warriors, who have an older team that is desperate for their young players to step up and play a big role. However, if Kuminga is in Kerr's doghouse, that puts a ceiling on how much he can contribute and thus a cap on how much he can build up his stock around the NBA. From his perspective, it is easy to see why he would want out of Golden State with his future seemingly elsewhere. On the other hand, the Warriors can't just let him walk for nothing, but they have limited leverage too. If Kuminga doesn't sign a multi-year deal, then the Warriors can't trade him without him signing off on the deal first. That makes a trade much harder if and when he were to sign the qualifying offer and puts both sides in a stalemate without a simple solution. Warriors should target former number 1 pick to replace Jonathan Kuminga, NBA writer says. If Jonathan Kuminga departs, the Golden State Warriors might look to add a former top overall pick in free agency. Golden State's offseason plans remain on hold. The team currently has just 9 players under contract and cannot move forward with other signings until the situation with Kuminga is settled. Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Seth Curry, and Gary Payton too have all been mentioned as potential targets for the Warriors, with Stephen Curry reportedly advocating for Payton's return. The team needs to fill at least 3 roster spots to meet league minimums. There is also talk that the Warriors could go for a former number 1 pick who is still available on the market. The Warriors could target Ben Simmons as a replacement if Jonathan Kuminga departs. Simmons, a former top pick, has faced setbacks due to injuries and shooting woes during his NBA career. Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report thinks Simmons could still be valuable off the bench for a Warriors team looking to give Curry one more title run. Simmons is similar in many ways to Draymond Green. Neither has earned their contracts through individual scoring, but through defense and playmaking. With an elite shooter like Steph Curry and a tough all-around competitor like Jimmy Butler, Golden State is a formidable contender in the Western Conference when healthy. Simmons wouldn't fit alongside Green, but could be a valuable reserve behind him so that the team doesn't need to alter its style of play. Green is willing to take the outside shot, make or miss, the one glaring difference between the two. The Warriors put forward a 2-year offer worth $45 million for Kuminga. If they want to keep him around long-term, they will likely need to go higher than that. The other options are either working out a sign-and trade or letting him leave for free in 2026 after playing under his $7.9 million qualifying offer. There are plenty of ways this story could end up going, but until the forward makes his decision clear, every other move is on hold for Golden State. Other teams in the mix for Ben Simmons. Eric Pincus also mentioned the New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Sacramento Kings as possible landing spots for Simmons this summer. Each team would be looking at him for different reasons. The Knicks are still searching for more playmaking to pair with Jalen Brunson. While they have scoring options from Karl-Anthony Towns to Brunson himself, as well as a solid group of wing defenders, adding another facilitator remains a priority. Simmons has struggled with his shooting confidence to the point where he avoided even simple layups. But his passing has always been a strength, and there could be value in using him as a bench distributor. In Minnesota, Simmons' defensive skills might be the biggest draw. The Timberwolves already have one of the league's best defensive duos in Jaden McDaniels and Rudy Gobert, so adding Simmons would only strengthen their depth on that side of the ball. Sacramento's interest would likely be based on potential upside. After trading De'Aaron Fox to San Antonio, they are left relying heavily on Domantas Sabonis. If Simmons can rediscover some of what made him Rookie of the Year in Philadelphia, he could help fill that void next to Sabonis. If Golden State are interested in bringing in Simmons this offseason, their ongoing situation with Kuminga could leave them behind these 3 teams in the race.